All right, hey there, everybody. We are live on Ken's 5, talking all things weather on this Sunday night, wrapping up the weekend with more heat. We had very hot temperatures today. It didn't feel terrible just because of the humidity. It's been down the last several days. That's one saving grace. But again, the afternoon highs, daytime temperatures are way too hot for this time of year. We'll go over that. Some good news expected this week. We have a cold front on the way. That'll move through around Wednesday morning. Exact timing is still up in the air, but we'll have the details on that, along with a comet and also some rain on the way for later in the week. It's not looking great, not a slam dunk, but there are some slim rain chances expected for San Antonio in the area by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, details coming up in just a bit. But first, today's numbers. It was a warm weekend. To put into perspective, look at the second column from the left. That is normal or average for mid to early October. 84, 83, specifically 83, is the daytime average high. And we were at 96 today. Isn't that incredible? I mean, these are temperatures we typically see like in June and July, mid to upper 90s. I mean, again, thankfully the humidity wasn't terrible, but the fact that we're hitting 96 in October is really abnormal. I mean, does it happen? Yeah, but not most Octobers. It doesn't really get this hot. It does get extremely humid in October. That's happened frequently, but to see high temperatures like at 96, 97, I think Cotulla and Carrizo Springs earlier today for the 5:30 show here on Ken's 5, we saw they were at 100 degrees. Truly incredible in the midst of October. Our morning low is at 67, average is 62, so not terrible. And today we almost broke a record. We almost tied a record, actually. That was set back in 1991 of 97. We hit 96. We almost tied a record, a summer-like record in the middle of October. Okay, great news. We stay clear, so that'll keep the stage set for an awesome comet. If you're a stargazer, if you're a big astronomer, if you're big into space, if you have a telescope at home. And if you didn't see it tonight, good news, it'll be visible not just tomorrow night, but the rest of the week and the rest of the month. So for the next 2 weeks or so, right? So October 31st or Halloween is not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. So we still have about a few weeks left of October. Regardless, this comet, which is named C/2023A3, it's a mouthful, but it is an awesome comet. And, you know, astronomers theorize that this particular comet only nears our solar system once every 80,000 years. So the fact that if you're able to see this, you will not see this again in your lifetime, which is really cool to think about. Now, big takeaway, it'll be bright tonight, and it'll actually progressively get a little dimmer over the next couple of weeks. It will still be visible, so the sooner the better, really, with this comet, as it's visible through Halloween. But progressively through this week and next week, it'll be higher and higher on the horizon. So, for example, today and tomorrow, it's about 10 to 15 degrees above the horizon, which is the size of your fist when you point it out in front of you towards the horizon. But October 16th, later in the week and into next week, it's more about 20 to 30 degrees above the horizon, so 2, 3, 4. So meaning it's just higher and higher in the sky progressively through the end of the month. But bottom line, it's visible, and it's really cool. Get your binoculars out. It'll be visible with the naked eye, so that's a really cool thing about this comet. But it will help you if you have binoculars or if you have a telescope and just look west and towards the southwest through later this week. In that direction, just after sunset, probably about 15 to 30 minutes after sunset, you'll be able to see it kind of shimmering, the light shimmering in the night sky. Of course, I mean, everyone can see it, but if you get away from city lights and if you find a dark location, that'll definitely help. But everyone should be able to see this. And thankfully, our skies are clear. Not many clouds are expected. One thing to keep in mind, though, before I go to your questions, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. We're talking all things weather and astronomy for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. One thing that may obstruct the view is the moonlight. And this is incredible. So watch this. So you can see it's visible for the next 1 to 2 weeks. So this particular graphic is just showing the next 4 to 5 days or so. About 15 to 30 minutes after sunset is the best window for seeing Comet C/2023A3. You look west-southwest, so I think progressively it'll be more southwest through the end of the week. But the moon illumination, we're expecting there will be a full moon later this week. On Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be at 100% full on the moon. So its illumination will be extremely bright. Not to mention, this month is a supermoon. It's the third of 4 consecutive supermoons this year for 2024. So, I mean, I think you'll still be able to see it, but sometimes the moon's brightness, especially when it's full and at 100% plus a supermoon, that's 7% bigger and 15% brighter. That can sometimes obstruct the viewing through a telescope or even into your eye. But anyway, I think it'll be visible. Weather should cooperate. We'll be fine. Just look west-southwest after sunset, and you'll be able to see that cool comet in the night sky. Right now, and by the way, if you have seen it, and if you have pictures, videos, send them in to me. My email is rshoptaugh@kens5.com. You can also send it in through the Kens 5 app. Download that. We have constant weather updates. We have constant updates on astronomy, on the tropics, everything weather related, of course. But on the Kens 5 app, we'll have additional updates, and then we'll have more information on the comet that's expected to be visible all month long. So really cool stuff. Download the Kens 5 app. Make sure you download that. That really does help, and you get more information that way as well. Right now it's 87, and thankfully the humidity is down. If you look closely, the dew point's in the 40s. Dew point's at 49, meaning it actually feels cooler than the air temperature. Sometimes, obviously, most of the time, right, in summer, June, July, August, we have high humidity, and that makes it feel hotter than the actual air temperature. But when you have low humidity, it makes it feel even cooler because there's less moisture and less humidity in the air. So we like dry air, and especially in fall and winter, we get more of it. So 87 degrees outside. We are dipping into the 70s in Bernie. We have 60s in Bandera, 80s in Floresville towards Wilson County and towards Karnes City, 76 at Fredericksburg, 80 in San Marcos, and similar numbers across the area. So let's stop the clock right there. Before I go forward, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Shout out to Harlandale bus drivers, Jacob. Yeah, of course. Yes, sir. Mary could use some cooler weather. I think we could all use some cool weather, right? I mean, we're just waiting until November because so far October's just been so hot, 90s almost every day. Thankfully, this upcoming week will offer some relief in some 80s and nice mornings, but in terms of cold weather, well, hopefully November and December brings that. But we're thankful for what we have. Favorite tacos from Jacob. Man, that's probably bacon and egg or chorizo and egg. That's my favorite type of breakfast taco. Pizza topping, I'm pretty basic. Pepperoni, mushroom, those kind of toppings. Diane, good evening. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Grace, possible storms next weekend. There is a small chance at an isolated storm next weekend, but right now, models are very slim pickings with rain in the next 7 to 10 days. Is there a chance? Yes, but is it probable? Probably not. That's the thing. We always have chances, but is it going to really pan out and materialize into a strong storm system? Right now, it just doesn't look like it. Rain chances run at about 20% into the next weekend, so we'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. Paul, we need some cool weather. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Paul. We do need some cooler weather. We want mornings in the lower 50s and upper 40s and highs in the 70s. Those are the perfect days. Those are the days you really start to appreciate fall. But right now, nothing like that in the forecast, but we do have some improvements on the way. So tomorrow morning, 60s, comfortable air, low humidity. It'll feel great tomorrow morning. I wouldn't say chilly, but it'll feel nice and comfortable and mild. Tomorrow, another summer-like day, 96 degrees, mostly clear and sunny. Not a cloud expected tomorrow, not really. High pressure out west, and that'll keep things pretty dry weather-wise here in South Texas, around San Antonio, around the state. Really, it's supposed to be dry. If you look closely, this is really cool or interesting, right? Not cool. Upper left-hand corner, it says average high. That's our normal afternoon temperature in October this time of the month. So 83. Look at where the forecast is at, 96. That's what, 13 degrees above normal. So this is a heat wave. We've been in one, and it hasn't really broken down in recently. Sunrise around 7:30 tomorrow. Sundown will be around 7:04. Keep in mind, the first Sunday, daylight saving time ends. So that's only in a few weeks or so. So I would say by maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday or so, I think sometime this week, our sunsets will be now before 7 p.m. Tomorrow, 7:04 is the sunset, but progressively days are getting shorter. So if you like longer days, sorry to report, but shorter days are expected. The shortest day of the year is the winter solstice, which is like December 21st. So until then, we keep on losing daylight. And then when we lose daylight saving time, that's when days really start to feel shorter. And that's when sunsets around 5:45 at night. So really, it's coming quick. Okay, so here is the front. So it should push through San Antonio sometime Wednesday morning. It should push through dry. We're not expecting any rain with this front this week. But again, it's going to knock down highs pretty drastically. From 96 tomorrow and 96 Tuesday to about 82 Wednesday and 83 Thursday. So that's about a 13 to 14 degree swing in temperatures. Obviously, that's not cold, but that's a drastic cool down, and that's something we'll take. Mornings will get a little chilly early Thursday and early Friday. So maybe a light jacket for those days in the mornings, but the afternoons just feel awesome. Humidity will be down. Skies will be sunny. It'll be nice. It'll be dry, and highs will be in the 80s. Daytime highs in the 80s, that's perfect weather here in San Antonio. Especially a nice break from the 90s and 100s from earlier this summer, right? You're welcome, Grace. Hope you're having a wonderful night and hope you had a wonderful weekend. Can't wait for the cold front from Jason. Yeah, me either. We need it. We want stronger ones. But this one will do for now. Hopefully at the end of this month towards Halloween or November, we get a stronger one coming in. We're hoping for that. We're crossing our fingers for that. Again, guys, if you have any questions, we have more details on the KENS 5 weather app. Also, it has details on not just the forecast, but tropics. We talked about the comet that'll be visible all month long. So if you're wondering the details about the comet, where can I see, where do I need to look, that'll be on the KENS 5 app as well. Just to go over that one more time for those who just joined us. Aside from a small rain chance Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is it's clear, it's dry, I should say. And the only thing to really look forward to is a nice comet that'll be visible in the night sky. This is Comet C/2023A3, and it'll be low on the horizon tonight and tomorrow, but progressively through the month, like by the 17th, 18th, and 19th, you'll see it actually go higher in the sky in the viewing process. And best time to see it will be after sunset, about 7:15 to about 8:15 is the window you're going to want to get ready to look west, look southwest, and look towards the horizon. And you'll see just above it some shimmering light, and that is the comet, Comet C/2023. Something to keep in mind, we'll have a full moon later in the week. Wednesday and Thursday, the moon will be 100% full. On top of that, it'll be a supermoon, meaning it'll be bigger and brighter, and that may obstruct viewing a little bit. I still think you'll be able to see it, but just keep that in mind if you're watching with a telescope or binoculars. Sometimes the moonlight can really obstruct the viewing. So comet being visible all month long. Basically this week is the brightest you'll see it, and especially this past weekend and back on Friday and Saturday, it was pretty bright in the sky, but it will gradually get dimmer and higher on the horizon through the end of October. But it will be visible. That's the cool thing. Okay, so let's see. Lise, no, it won't do. Oh, no. What's going on, Lise? Grace, you're very welcome. Paul, yes, again, we do need cooler weather. We'll leave it on the 14-day a little longer, guys. Again, if you have any questions, you can always message me on social media, or again, we have the KENS 5 app. Download, and it has a lot more information on weather, tropics, astronomy, things like that. We have a lot of details on KENS5.com and the KENS 5 app as well. All right, guys, that's it for weather. Tomorrow, 96, Tuesday, 96 as well. Will be a lot cooler Wednesday, a lot cooler Thursday. The mornings may be a little chilly, but the daytime highs will be right around normal, which is perfect and great to say because we've been abnormal these last several weeks of fall. It's been so warm in the afternoons. The mornings have felt great, but the afternoons have just been way too warm. And then lower 80s again Wednesday and Thursday, mornings in the 50s and 60s, low humidity. By Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, small chance of an isolated shower. Don't hold your breath over it. It's not going to be an amazing rain chance. And more 80s on the way for next week as well. Not just this upcoming week, but next week. We may get close to 90 sometime, by the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. But models are favoring another push of some cooler air by the end of the month. And we'll fine-tune the forecast and keep you up to date here on Kent's 5, of course, with the latest. All right, guys, that's it for weather. Have a great Sunday night. Be safe and have a great week. And we'll be on live in about 25 minutes on Kent's 5 News at 10 for another look at weather, news, sports, and another look at that Comet. Again, if you have any cool photos or videos of the Comet from these past several days, send them in. Our Shoptaugh at kents5.com or our app. You can do it through the Kent's 5 Weather app. There's a way you can actually send in photos and videos and content. So it's, affirming what a lot of us are seeing outside. So really cool stuff. All right, guys, have a wonderful Sunday night. Be safe, and we'll see you in about 25 minutes on Kent's 5 News at 10. But more heat through tomorrow and Tuesday, and cooler weather is finally on tap. More fall-like air, I should say, by Wednesday and Thursday.